Hello everybody, this is Wolf again with another SPT video, Survival Prepping and Tactics. This is the third video in the series. This one we're going to go over weapons kits. In the last video I talked about general things that you might want in your weapons kits, what I think is the best way to go for a weapons kit. So today I'm going to go over at least what I have of my weapons kit with you. I have one more weapon to purchase to complete my kit, but we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing you want to have, knives, and more than one. You can never have too many of them. Now, multiple reasons. First thing is, it's a tool. Second thing is, it's a weapon. And just countless uses. Can opener, gut an animal, skin an animal, defend your life, very last resort weapon. Lots of good things you can do with these. For your knives, you want fixed blade knives. The serrated edge on the back like this can be handy as a saw. So that's sometimes a good thing to have. As you can see, this one's got deer blood on the handle because I used it this year on my buck. I'll show you the other one here. As far as knives go, have whatever suits your taste, but I do recommend fixed blades. They are stronger. They're going to stand up better for tool type use. And this is the other one here. But as you can see, both sturdy fixed blades. You want at least a 3.5 inch blade. If you're using it for boning or gutting a larger animal, they come in. The longer blade does come in handy, so that's why I recommend that. So those are your knives. My collection's quite extensive. Working knives, I probably have 10. Total knives, I've got a bunch that are just for display. I probably got almost 30 knives, but I'm a collector, so that's just me. Next weapon you want to have my assistant here hand it to me. It's a bow. We discussed this before. This is a Martin compound bow. It's got the quiver. I just attached a sight that I got for Christmas to it. Silent. You can retrieve your ammunition. If you're trying to remain low key, get you around a patrol of people, and you can get in some hunting without giving your position away. Good tool to have, even if you don't use it all the time. It's a good tool to have. If you get one, practice with it. Get efficient with it. Get a setup that you like, that is rugged and durable and is going to stand up to what you think it should stand up to. And like I say, just practice till you can hit whatever you want with it. I'd say at least try for 50 yards. Definitely 25 you should be able to hit with it. So that's that one. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to get into the specifics on bows too much. You can go the compound, a crossbow, longbow, whatever. Next weapon, we discussed this one. Rimfire rifle. This is the Marlin 22 semi-auto tube-fed magazine. This one holds 10 or 11. Got a little scope on it. Another one that'd be really good. It's relatively silent. I sell the iron sights in case something goes wrong. There's the rear one. There's the front one. Something were to go wrong with the scope, break it, whatever, I can pop this off. It's a couple Allen screws and iron sights. Great little weapon. Kill a rabbit with it. You'd kill a man with it if you absolutely had to. Ammo's cheap, very cheap and easy to come by. So it's a great weapon. Next weapon will be the small one there. Next weapon is your sidearm. My sidearm, this one here is the High Point 9mm. A lot of people talk crap on these guns, but I've owned every caliber but the .380, which is I've owned a 40 Smith & Wesson. I've owned the 45 ACP, and they're good guns. The 45 I had, it was used, and it didn't like the cheaper ammos like the Blazer, but they have a transferable unlimited lifetime warranty, so whatever breaks on you, you send it in. Now, not saying there's anything wrong with going higher end on your firearms. Nothing wrong with that. But I've explained in the last video, my view is, if you're looking higher end or quality, quote unquote, you're talking $600 and up for a sidearm and your other weapons, larger than your rimfire rifle. why would you spend that much just for a couple weapons for yourself? I'm trying to arm my whole family and teach them the same skills that I'm teaching you guys here. So if that's the case, I'm going to go with something that I've proven to myself is still reliable and durable, yet is a heck of a lot cheaper, so I can buy a lot of them. But this little 9mm, it's a good gun. I've had 3 misfeeds through it, and that was a Blazer ammo. I think it was the ammo because I've fired about 200 rounds through this and had no problems until the last time I was out shooting. And that was Blazer brass. I had never fired it through this gun before, but the whole rest of the box fired fine. So I think I blame it on ammo defect. This is an earlier model, C9. You can dry fire it if you're not careful, but great little gun. Your magazine drop is right here, so if you're right-handed, that would drop really easily. Me, I'm left, but I can still curl in my pointer and hit that release really easily. Safety, it's right here. Just a simple up and down. Now, what I do like about the safety is it's very functional. Yeah, it may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but you know, a lot of other guns, you can save them and something could still happen with the safety. This one, that slide won't go back, and the trigger is completely locked. So I really like this one, the safety, that is, because you know that it's going to work for you. But it's a little heavy as far as 9mm go, a little on the thick side, but it works for me and it works great. This one, like I said, it's the earlier model. I'm trying to get a good angle here, sorry. It's got fixed sights. The newer ones have an adjustable rear sight. I really like these sights on this model, though. This thing is accurate. I took it out last weekend, and we were shooting some guns, and I was trying to show my buddy how good it was. He didn't believe me. He has a Springfield XD in 45 ACP. Me, I'm shooting a 9mm Luger. So we went out and we shot some rifles. We shot some shotgun. We brought out the pistols. He fired it. He really liked it. People say they're heavy. Yes, they are. Not unreasonably heavy. And I actually find function in the weight. And that is when you're firing the weapon, the weight brings your barrel back down quicker. You reacquire the target so fast with these guns. You can empty this 8-round clip very quickly and accurately. Anywho, the end of the day came around, and I loaded up my magazine for self-defense. Noticed I had 1 extra round. We had our rifle targeted 100 yards out. I took 1 round, the 1 extra round I had, put it in the gun, aimed down range, held over about 12 inches, fired, hit the target at 100 yards. Confirmed the hit. Deadly accurate gun. You can't go wrong with the accuracy. And like I said, nice thing is, you ever break it, and I've watched field test videos of these, they've thrown them, they run them over, they drag them through the mud, they purposely block the barrel and shoot them. These guns still work. Through all that, this gun will still fire. So it more than passes the tactical test for what weapons or firearms need to be able to do and still fire to be considered approved and functional. And the best part about them is, this one runs about 130, 140 bucks. I got my wife one with a box ammo. It was 160 out the door. So, great little setup. That's it for the sidearms. You can go with whatever you want. I highly recommend these. Like I said, I've owned 4 of them now. 2 of them are still, well, 3 of them are still in the house. 1 I sold to a roommate, and my wife has the other one. So, that's the sidearms. But you could go with a revolver. You could go with any of your standard calibers. Remember what I said in the last video? You want ease of acquirement on your ammo, low cost so that you can get well trained up on it in the meantime, and you can afford to buy a lot of it. You can stock up beforehand. That's why I like the 9mm Luger, 45 ACP, 40 Smith & Wesson. They're both great rounds still, but they're a little bit pricier. So, I'm going to leave sidearms at that. Use your own judgment. Next one, I don't have my tactical combat carbine yet, so we're skipping right to long-range rifle. However, this model, pretty much, I'll show you why in a minute, but you can use this as kind of as a tactical carbine. This is a Mosin Nagant 9130. This one was made in 1943. These are great guns. You got to know what you're looking for when you do buy them, but this model here, this one's been excellent. Fires on. As you can see, I've done a lot of work to it. Replace the stock, put a bipod on it, replace the rear sight with the scope mount. Got a 3 to 7 by 32 power illuminated reticle scope on this. Now the nice thing about that, a lot of guys say, oh, go with the red dot or red dot and a magnifier, which is great. It really is. However, your battery goes dead in that red dot and you're dead in the water. This, you can use the illuminated reticle if it's low light or you need it. But if the battery dies or you don't need it, you can turn it off. No harm, no foul. Straight bolt on these Mosins. A lot of people will heat this up and bend the bolt down, or you chop it off and you buy a bolt on. I don't recommend either of those, but that's up to you. If you are going to go with the heat and bend, I would actually just pay a gunsmith to do it. But you can do a lot with these guns. There are other videos on here, and I'll probably do one going over everything at a later point. But you get one of these guns, a lot of times they come soaked in cosmoline wax. Sorry, had to space out there. You want to get all that out of there. Use your bore brush. Don't be afraid to stick that bore brush in the end of a power drill. You take your bolt out. Clean the chamber out right here real good. Get all that cosmoline out. It will work just fine. Like I said, I'll do another video later about how to do all the gun work to this to make it an even better battle rifle. This one I've chopped the barrel down from 28 to 24 inches. A couple of the other models, the M38 and M44, already have a shorter barrel. They have a 20-inch barrel. This is a 24. And then the 9130 stock has a 28, so it's up here. And that's why I did it. It's such a long gun with that 20-inch barrel on there. But the reason I said that for now until I get my money next month and go buy my tactical carbine, this gun here takes stripper clips, 5-round magazine, and when you have them working right and properly, you can really crank some rounds out of this. You stock up a few hundred rounds of ammo with this bad boy on stripper clips, have you a dump pouch, and yeah, you could definitely use some combat. Like I said, I could dial the scope down to 2. That'd be a good magnification for out to 100 yards. This shoots a 7.62 by 54R round. The R is for rimmed. But if you want to talk caliber, 7.62 by 54 is just larger than a 308 and just smaller than a 30-06. If you shoot a 150 grain or 180 grain bullet out of this, which are the most common too, if you get them in surplus military rounds, it's either 147 or 168, or 178, I'm sorry. Either one, definitely going to put a man down. Should penetrate most standard Kevlar body armors, and it will get the job done. This will also take down a deer, an elk. I'd go moose with it. Great little gun. Very cheap. They tend to run 125 to 150 bucks. If you get into the M44s and the M38s, they're a little bit more. A lot of guys will tell you this here is blasphemy. They say keep the gun original. I don't believe in that. They made 17 million of these guns. They've seen combat in every war since 1891 when the model was invented. Even when Russia fought Afghanistan, the Afghanis were using Mosin Nagants. Very proven battle rifle. And that's why I say, for the money, you're not going to beat this gun. It's battle proven, it's low cost, and the ammo is readily available and dirt cheap still. You can find surplus ammo at any gun show. You can buy surplus, or not non-surplus, but FMJ ammo at your local sporting goods store nowadays. It runs 11, 12 bucks a box where I live. You can also get in the Winchester white box, you can get lead core. So if your state requires your hunting rifle to shoot a lead core bullet, you can hunt with this gun legally. And that's what I do with this one. Great little gun. Like I say, should be accurate to you or for you out to about 300 yards at least. I mean, should be able to go farther than that. But for any half decent shot or with any practice, you should be able to shoot accurately out to 300 yards with this rifle, no problem. Skilled shooter, you should be able to get 5 pretty easily. Great gun. I highly recommend them. And that's about all I'm going to say about this one. Set that one down. Oh, I was going to go back and say something else about the pistols, but I can't remember what it was, so that's all right. So we're going to call this video quits. Subscribe, watch, post, comment, please. Input's always welcome. And we'll see you guys next time. This is Wolf. I'm out.